Okay, this is Anne and Jamie. We're from Kuranda Urban Farm. So we've set up our organic farm in Kuranda. We moved here in December last year, and we started putting together our small farm in January. We just got through Christmas with the family, and then we got straight into this full time. We have an ethos that we would like to produce really good, wholesome organic food grown by people for people. And we also, as a sidebar to that, wanted to reuse and repurpose and recycle wherever we could. So most of the infrastructure around the farm's actually been things made from things that we've sourced from landfill, or we've scrounged at the tip, or we've bin dived for. And there's just resources. When you start to look at things through those eyes, there's resources everywhere. And we just wanted to put together something that, even though it was made from salvaged items, that it was still really visually and aesthetically beautiful, because this is the environment we work in every day. And I think we pulled it off. So we grow things, organic strawberries, which are just starting to come into fruit now. Given that was probably the most important factor for us, was that we read that we used to give our son loads of strawberries, because feeling like great parents, strawberries in the lunchbox is such a lovely thing to do. And then read that they were the most chemically laden of every single fruit and vegetable that goes to market. Was probably the biggest catalyst for us to start to create organic food and to source organic food. And once we got started, we couldn't really stop. Just snowballed from there. So
wonderful.
we've got organic strawberries, and then also had a passion for heirloom tomatoes, like tomatoes that are big and ugly and taste fantastic and smell fantastic, but that perhaps won't travel well. So you can't get them from a commercial grower, because they would have to ship it all the way to Brisbane, and then it would get shipped all the way back up here. And so they're not made to ship, but they are made to eat. They're just the most wonderful produce. So we've probably got, how many tomatoes do you think we've got under production?
About 500 plants and about 25 varieties.
Wonderful.
And then we've also got the most gorgeous lettuce mix coming on, and beautiful greens. So we've got bok choy, pak choy, a range of all different kales. Go for it, because I've forgotten what else.
Herbs, lettuce leaves, canned coal, Malabar spinach. Basically everything that's either good to stir fry or be juiced.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Do you want to have a look around?
I'd love to have a look around. Thank you.
So, this is the cucumber bed here. So we call this the big bed. So it's full of cucumbers, and towards the end we've got some lovely tomatoes as well. And then we've interspersed capsicum and eggplant all the way through this bed as well, and lettuce on either side. So there's quite a bit coming on in here. This was built out of raised sugarcane bales. So, and then we filled it with beautiful, rich soil and all sorts of different manures, and just created the most wonderful layered system in here to plant directly into. It's about 30 metres, I think. So it's a great bed. And then we've moved over here where we've just recently filled these up. So these are our pallets that we put, bulk bags that we cut down and turn inside out and grow into with our beautiful organic soil mix. And right down here we've got zucchini, probably the first 6 or so days, 12 bags of zucchinis. And then the rest have been planted out with lettuce. And then as you wander around, we go into this area here that's full of our greens. And you'll notice that we've got some fencing and stuff around the place. That's because we play a game with the bush turkeys. This is not for you. And then there's an area outside where they can scrounge around in our compost heap, and we love that. But we don't love it when they come in here, because they're really clever and they dig it up really quickly. So, yeah. So we can go for a wander around here if you like. Yeah. So when you come in here, we pop this thing across at the end of each night to keep the turkeys out. But mostly we've got bok choy, rainbow chard, Chinese cabbage, pak choy, mint, range of lettuces, beautiful lettuces which are just coming into harvest now. So we planted different plots around the place so that we can guarantee a great supply of a good quality organic lettuce mix for people if they're interested. And we've got mint through here, kale. What's that one again? I can never remember. Vietnamese mint down here. Parsley, oregano, more kale, more lettuces. And also we've got some moringa, which we're looking to do, to sell that fresh leaf and dry powder as well. So
Great.
we've got the ones here that we'll do full harvesting to dry, but we've also got trees so we can do large fresh leaf bunches for people.
Wonderful.
If they're interested and they are aware of the benefits of moringa, it's a wonderful, wonderful beneficial thing to give to your body.
That's the one they call a miracle tree,
Yes,
isn't it?
yeah, it is. So they've got so many different names for it. Yes, miracle tree, because on so many levels it's got some great health benefits. Dragon fruit, and we've also got massive amounts of Carolina Reaper chilies. So if someone needs to have something made super spicy, that's the one for them. And then in here we've got the strawberry plants. So we're basically farming on concrete for a lot of this area. So what we've done is Jamie's all with manpower. So he's brought all of these bales in and lined them up through here, and then we put a lovely, great rich compost mix on top, and then planted the strawberries into that, and they're just starting to come into their own now. So I think they're meant to hit full production around November, late end of this month, but right through. And we're not sure how long they'll fruit for, but
They are ever bearing, so we hope to get about 10 months of production.
Oh wow, wonderful. There'll be a lot of people looking forward to that.
well, we are definitely looking forward to it. So, and look, they're just starting to look great. They're throwing lots of flowers and lots of fruit is starting to form, so that's really exciting for us. So we're hoping that there'll be plenty of strawberries to sell to people who also are interested in organic strawberries for their family, which would be great.
Beautiful.
All of our beds here have been built without machinery. It's all been done by hand. That includes all the bales, all the soil. We've moved about 50 cubic metres of soil with wheelbarrow and shovel.
Good on you. Jamie powdered strawberries. Looks great, Jamie.
So the good thing about organic strawberries is they can be eaten straight off the plant. No washing needed.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
So when we moved down to this area here, we found that the paddy melons would come in and eat the tops off everything that we were growing. So we sourced just some second-hand fence panels, and we've put them along so that excludes the paddy melons from getting into this area. And I was on a hunt to get 1,000 milk bottles to grow the strawberries into. And so I'd put the big call out to lots of cafes around Kuranda, and also the Steiner School was really great, and people were wonderful and helped us out with that donation, which was really good. But then on further research I found that the strawberries were just going to grow too big, their roots were going to need too much food for the milk bottles. So I've turned them over to tatsoi, which has been amazing, because I found in the ground that tatsoi was really bugs just loved it because it was right down at their level and they could get to it. But by popping it up in these milk bottles, it's relatively bug-free. It's been an amazing thing to do by popping it up. So that's been really great.
Nice evolution.
Yeah. And then on the other side of the fence, so we've planted out loads of beds of tomatoes, and we've got capsicum, herbs, little beans, and also we have a huge drain where the water would run off, and the weeds kept growing like crazy in there, and we're forever pulling out these weeds. And then we decided, we really need to find something that's fast growing, that loves a wetter environment. So we popped kangkong into this drain, put some sand in it, and planted kangkong, and it's just loved it. Like, it's been the best thing for it. It's sort of helped us overcome our problem, and just loved it. It's the perfect environment for kangkong in there as well.
And another wonderful nutritious green.
And another
Fresh green,
wonderful
yeah.
nutritious green, that's right.
Excellent.
So should we go in here and have a look?
Yeah, wonderful thing.
And it just, if you pull it, it will just snap, like it just drops out so quickly.
It might just be the biggest basil leaf I've ever.
Well, they are elephant or lettuce leaf basil, I think they are. Aren't they stunning? I'm just Okay, so these are our new tomatoes we've put in this year. Last season we had a beautiful range of heirloom tomatoes, and sadly we experienced wilt right towards the end where they were just entering into their production. So I don't know if you know about wilt, but the tomatoes get up and they look stunning and they throw fruit and it's all looking wonderful, and then the plant collapses overnight and you're left with really nothing you can salvage, and it's in the soil. So the idea this season is we've sourced heirloom tomatoes that are wilt resistant. So I've listed them all in here and I've labelled every single one so that if we, just because somebody says that it's wilt resistant doesn't necessarily mean that it is. So this is a bit of a trial and error sort of thing. So we've put them in, you know, they're all labelled Gigantesque, Black Crim, Gold Medal, Red and Black, English Fleck, German Johnson, Super Marmite, all these types of things in here. And when they come up, if they come through to fruition and throw wonderful fruit and it comes through, then we'll save that seed and we'll be able to go again the next year knowing for certain that that seed is resistant to wilt. This year also, last season we built trellises, we built TPs and A-frames which were wonderful, but we found that as the plants threw all their stems out, which is what they do naturally, which is really beautiful, but in the tropics it gets very humid and you do tend to get a lot of humidity, and then you get some disease onto the leaves which then can transfer. So this year we've gone with a single stem, and we've moved from a jute, which although natural does perish within a couple of months, so it's really not sustainable. We're burning through that. So we've gone with a nylon string because we know we should get 3+ years out of that, which will, you know, it's a bit of swings and roundabouts sometimes with that sort of thing, but we want to use, we don't want to put things in that we're just going to burn through and destroy either. You know, we have to be clever with what we're doing as far as that goes. So this is Malabar spinach, which is pretty cool. So we eat the greens and they're in our stir fry mix. But also the berry of the Malabar spinach has the most amazing pink juice. And we use that when we make honey jumbles to colour our icing pink, and in cupcakes to colour the icing pink. It's meant to be super high in nutrients, and it really doesn't have that much taste, does it? So it's great. It's just beautiful.
Wonderful, hey?
Yeah.
Better than that red food colouring.
Oh yeah, well, I don't even know what that is.
No, I don't think anybody knows what that
well,
is.
there's a whole range. It's not just, there's cochineal and then there's rose pink, and I can't imagine there's anything good in that stuff. So
yeah, let's leave that one behind and go for the Malabar spinach.
that's it. Love it. Love it.
And you're going to put some in your hair too?
I would like to see if I could get the same pink. I'm pretty pretty sure that it's such a bright pink.
Looks like it's going to happen.
Yeah, well, I've been pink for 10 years, so I need to continue that. That's not going to change.
Beautiful.
Okay, so this is a little coffee collection that we've got left. We're building our compost, and I put the call out to the Kuranda restaurants and coffee shops, and also some down in Cairns, and they were so lovely. So I used to drop off a bucket to them and do a cycling where I'd come back in a week or a couple of days, depending on how busy they were, and they have put all the coffee grounds in it. So we add that to our compost. Just to help create our soil, and also we've got obviously horse manure, these bags that were kindly given, well, we purchased these from the Spiro Equestrian place, and they're good because they don't sell the soil, or they don't sell the compost and the manure when they've been worming. They isolate that so that we know that if there's been any chemical inputs into the horses, we don't get that manure. Which is really handy, because everything we try and do is no chemicals, so we just try and limit anything like that.
Yeah, wonderful.
So, healthy soil, healthy plants, you need to know what's in it from the very get-go.
For sure.
Yeah. So that's where we are anyway. That's our motivation, is that we know all the way through what's gone into it, so that we can comfortably say to people, this is a really good product, it's healthy and clean, and it's honestly grown, and it's organically grown, and it's good for you.
Yeah, beautiful. Yay.
This is our compost tea, 1,000 litres. We apply that about every 6 weeks to the whole property. So we start out, we have 2 buckets in here that are full of holes, like a big tea bag. One's filled with compost, and the other's filled with fresh comfrey or moringa for a nitrogen content. We apply that just by pumping and spraying straight on. That's the only fertiliser that we apply to the property.
Wow.
Okay. If we were to try and manufacture enough dry compost to do this, we'd need around 50 cubic metres every 6 months.
Wow.
Whereas applying it wet via a tea, we can make only about 10 cubic metres in the same time to do the same job.
Wonderful. Wow, that's awesome. And the plants look so great and healthy, so it's obviously working really well.
Yeah, that's right. They're getting everything they need every 6 weeks.
Yeah, 6 weeks. Oh my goodness, yeah, wonderful. So the fermenting process happens quite quickly.
That's right. Well, we normally only pre-make it. This is going on tomorrow, this lot. We normally only make it 3 or 4 days in advance. So it doesn't need too big a time to sit, because the compost is already fully matured compost.
Right, wow, yeah. And it's nice, healthy, bubbling. It's certainly
stink.
alive.
The stink is good.
The outdoor area, so we're looking to increase our fruit area and offerings. So we've got in grenadillas and passion fruit, and then undercover we've also got more beans, pumpkins and chilies, and also we've got sweet leaf as well coming on. So we're just trying to expand on what we're currently growing, and we're looking to grow some things outdoors as well. We think it just does better with direct sunshine versus under the shade cloth.
Yeah, beautiful. People will be really looking for grenadillas. Yeah.
Quite delicious,
Yeah,
right?
amazing fruit.
Yeah.
And you're right next to the rainforest here.
Yeah, we are. It's really beautiful. It's a really nice place to work, isn't it?
Very gorgeous.
Yeah. Well, we've all done office jobs, and that's a bit soulless. So to be able to come out into your garden every day, we can't wait. And, you watch Ulysses flitting around and the birds singing, and it's probably the best thing I've ever done, really. It's so lovely.
Beautiful. Thanks for finding your passion.
Yeah, well, we just had it in us, and it was just getting louder and louder that we needed to do this, and eventually you can't ignore that any longer. So we're really rapt that we got to do it. And it's just delightful. What a wonderful thing to be able to do, to grow vegetables and to come out and see your endeavours and produce food.
Happy love food.
Yeah, it's lovely. So I guess part of our journey is a few years ago we had a little restaurant and we really tried to produce the food made from products that had low food miles. And we struggled to source the products that we wanted and needed. We could get intermittent things some of the time, and we could get some produce, but certainly not enough to create all the food that we wanted to provide. So this is probably the next step in our journey from that experience. Bit of a catalyst as well to go, well, let's do and let's provide the things that we couldn't get back then. So let's move in that area too.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Filling in the gaps.
Yeah.
And how about the people that are saying, oh, I can't grow food at my place, I don't have enough space to grow it, or I don't have any soil, or what would you suggest there?
This is the perfect example, I guess, for those people. You know, you actually can. We're growing on concrete predominantly here, and we're producing just the most amazing array of different food, and it's really wonderful and wholesome food. And if people have got the time, you just have to think a little bit outside the box and think of how can I do it. And I think a big thing for us too is just don't stop. Like if something doesn't work, try something else. You know, the different times that we've failed, and there's been many, we just kept going. I don't think you really fail until you give up, and something didn't work, let's try something else. One plant, sometimes you know that plant doesn't grow well here, what will? So keep trying different varieties till you find something that works in your environment and in the space you've got.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for keeping on going and for producing this really amazing, remarkable garden, and you'll be opening up soon for people to interact with the garden as well.
Yeah, we're really keen to offer picked fresh to order, so if people are looking for produce that's fresh and they've got the time, we're happy to come and harvest while they wait. So if you can't grow it yourself, then it's the next best thing, isn't it? You can come and have it on your table within an hour of it getting picked out of the garden and take it home and produce something wonderful with it.
How wonderful. And would you be open also to, if people are interested in catering or food for restaurants, tuck shops, that kind of thing? We absolutely would. At this stage, we're still very small. We are looking to expand our growing potential, but it's just manpower and it's just us. So at this stage, we would have a smaller offering, and I guess our first thing is to provide food for people, and then if we've got extra, absolutely we'd love people that are keen and would appreciate good wholesome organic produce. If you've got a restaurant or a little shop and you understand how wonderful it is to have that produce, we would love to speak to you for sure. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much for all your beautiful co-creative work, and just keeping on going through all of those stages that have been challenging and turning them into opportunities, and all the gifts and skills you've learnt along the way, and the beautiful gifts that you're giving your community by being the world that you want to live in. Yeah, thank you so much, Lisa. That's really lovely. And thanks for coming, hey, to have a look and see what we're doing. It's great. Our pleasure. Thanks, Annie and Jamie. Your tip treasures. Hey, we took Ty for the first time, and he got it. He was so excited. It was like a treasure hunt for him. He couldn't believe all the stuff he could find running around a tip. That was great. Yeah, wonderful, hey? And you're turning it into like your treasure collection here. Yeah, it's great. Well, it's not done, it's still got beauty and still got a use, and maybe it needs to be repurposed or repainted or something, but it's still pretty cool stuff. It doesn't need to just go to landfill. Yeah, yay.